Hello, it's Randy Duck and welcome back for another video. Today I've got two replays to show you in the Tier 7 Swedish tech tree tank destroyer, the IKV-90 Type B. Now I think I've already had a few videos of this tank on the channel when I was third barking the tank. These are a couple of replays I had saved up and I just didn't get a chance to use, so I'm going to share with you today. Here on the first replay here on Fisherman's Bay, where we are top tier, there's a couple of enemy light tanks and enemy artillery, and then other than that a fairly balanced matchmaking. So in this stealthy little tank destroyer, we're initially going to go down to the 1-2 line and see if we can get any work done there. This is a tank I really actually quite enjoyed a lot. You've got like 10 degrees of gun depression, which is always really nice. Good mobility. And fantastic concealment value. It really has got, you know, some really beautiful camo, and it just allows you in situations like this just to sort of free farm without getting detected. You've got decent DPM, you've got 240 alpha, and you know, don't take you long to pick up quite a lot of damage. And what I also quite like about it is the AP rounds. Actually, on your standard rounds, you've actually got decent shell velocity. You've got 1,275 shell velocity on your standard AP, and that's quite good because the AP is like really nice against sort of normalisation on sort of angled armour, etc. And then if you need it, you've got your heat shells with 270 penetration, just those sort of slightly higher armour targets. But mostly, I only really need to use the AP. But yeah, here we are. We got off to a fantastic start here, and we picked up 1,400 damage and 2 kills. And we're trying now to track this enemy T-29 in place, because then we can pick him up, pick up another kill. Unfortunately, we do eat a blind shot there, and we don't quite manage to pick up that kill there on the T-29. But we pull back safe because there was an enemy light tank spotting, and we don't want to sit there exposed on the hill and throw our tank away. Very decent start, picking up just shy of 2,000 damage with 2 kills. But now we're going to see if we can get an opportunity to finish off that T-29, which we do, picking up our third kill of the game. And it's still a fairly even game at this point at 12 versus 10. But our team now have broken through on the heavy flank on the right hand side. And if they continue pushing down that way, they're probably going to start to surround the enemy team, which is going to trap the enemy team into sort of one sort of corner in sort of the A12 area, and once that happens, you know, the game is probably going to turn pretty quickly. So I'm just waiting for now, just seeing if it does get detected. Don't really have anything to spot in here, and I think there's, you know, a few tanks now in the middle, and I've decided I think this position's outlived me really, so I could either push down the 1-2 line and try to spot them, or I could try and get into the middle and see if I can get any shots in for what our tanks may spot coming down the sort of 8 line. I've decided to sort of reposition to the middle, but as that happens, there is an enemy Cromwell, I think, crossing, has now got put onto a 1-shot, so we take the opportunity to pick up that kill, picking up our 4th kill of the game, and now trying to duck into cover before we take any shots, because we are detected and we don't want to stay up there and push our luck for too long. But this game has turned, you know, very, very strongly in our favour. We're very, you know, almost certainly going to win this now. You know, the Panther here is a 1-shot. He's going to get taken out. We're going to try and finish him off for a 5th kill. Unfortunately, it just doesn't quite happen for us, but he does get taken out. And it's just 4 tanks remaining, so it's all about can we get there and get some damage in. And obviously this tank is mobile. I think you've got a top speed of 65 kilometers an hour. And when you get it going, it does sort of, you know, you can cover the distance of the map very, very quickly to get to that last bit of damage you need to get to. We're farming this poor ISs in the open here. Hopefully we can try and squeeze in the kill to pick up our 5th kill if we're lucky. We do manage to do so, picking up our 5th kill, so now we're on for a Top Gun medal, maybe even a Devastator. But it's 11 versus 3, and the whole team is wanting that last bit of damage towards the end. I think this Churchill is tank destroyer is probably going to be my last bit of damage. I'm going to try and move in. I'll probably just out DPM this tank. I do have a light tank with me as well. He takes 1 from the enemy artillery. I'm just going to go in and just try and use my hit points because this game's over. I don't really care if he pens me. I just want to try and pick up as much damage in as I can right now and just trade this out. So we get 1 in. I reckon I will win the DPM. As I say, I do have a light tank who can potentially shoot him as well. We do manage to pick up the... Oh, we don't pick up the 6th kill there, but we do manage to pick up some damage. Track this TD, otherwise it was going to kill me. And can we get the last kill of the game to pick up that top gun? We just squeeze it in to get that 6th kill. And that brings us into the first replay of this video. So let's just see how we get on. We managed to pick up 6 kills, 4,200 damage, 700 assistance, and we do get the ace tanker and the high caliber and the top gun medal. So that's it for replay number 1. Let's move on to the second and final replay of the video. Okay, so here we are for our second replay then, this time on El Alamein, and we are in tier 8 matchmaking this time. There is one enemy light tank, one enemy artillery, and only a few enemy tank destroyers in this matchmaking, so we've got really decent matchmaking for this one. So initially from the south spawn which we're on, we're going to try and push to quite an aggressive position to see if we can spot the cross and pick up any damage on enemy tanks crossing or enemy assistance on them crossing, because we have fantastic mobility, good concealment, and we can do that, you know, with that combination. With there only being one enemy light tank in the game as well, it kind of increases our chances. So we're poking up on this ridge here using our gun depression. We're just, you know, trying to spot anything cross. You know, if anything crosses here, just like this medium, hopefully we can pick up any punish or try and get some damage of ourselves. We do get a nice shot in there. We do get detected for it, which I suspect wasn't actually from that medium. I think there's probably a light tank or something here which we don't see. We do track them in place. Unfortunately, none of our team are really set up to punish this. If there's a few tanks just on that ridge to my right, that medium tank would have been taken out there, but we just didn't really have to punish. So I don't really want to chance my, test my luck poking and spotting there again, because I suspect there's a light tank or something, and it could go south very quickly if I get caught out in that position, and I don't have the cover to make myself feel confident doing so. So we pull back to this ridge here, where we a bit safer, because it looks like there's quite a few tanks coming around on the right hand side. Then an enemy light tank comes out in the middle. Maybe that was a tank which was spotting us earlier. We do get a nice shot into that light tank, which actually tracks him in place and pick up a little bit of assistance. He gets then taken out by our friendly Tiger 2, which is good, because that was the I think that was the only enemy light tank on the enemy team. So yeah, their vision is sort of, one of their vision tanks is gone, which is always going to be helpful on a big map like El Alamein. So far we've had off to a good start. We've had a little bit of damage, a little bit of track assistance, and one of the enemy light tanks has been taken out. We do have shots into this medium here. Hopefully we can track him in place and then we can pick up the kill. Unfortunately we didn't track him, but we did put him onto a one shot here. We've got a fairly even spread out on our team, gone sort of the right hand side and left hand side, which is rare that one team doesn't just completely full send one side. So we're going to be a little bit patient. I don't really feel the need to move quite yet. We do get a nice punishing shot into that IS-3 crossing, but it's coming to this position where I'm going to run out of tanks to shoot at, and I probably need to start thinking about how to make things happen for ourselves. There's quite a few tanks here on the right hand side, so I could try and move over to try and support that, but I'm always thinking we might even end up losing that side. So I'm going to try and push off and get into the sort of middle of the map, where I can then try and get side shots into those tanks if they cross out. As we kind of make our advance, there is an enemy heavy tank there which is spotted. We do have the overmatch on the left hand side, so I'm actually sort of thinking about just going and quickly winning this side as fast as I can in case we lose the other side. I want these tanks here, just to try and win this fast, and then we can get over and support. We managed to pick up another shot into enemy Slayer there, gets taken out, which is good because it's a dangerous tank, because it can take away a lot of your hit points in one shot with its 750 alpha. King Tiger here is distracted, trying to take out our heavy tank. We do, we try and protect him the best we can. We try and get the track wheel into the King Tiger. He's not paying attention to us, and this allows us just to free farm here pick up a little bit of extra damage, putting us onto about 2,000 damage. Don't pick up the kill, but now we've won that side, I need to try and divert my attention to going back, just in case I try and push through into our base. Enemy artillery has been taken out, and because also I have this fantastic mobility in this tank, like you really can just travel across the map as quick as you can. So because of that, I'm going to go wide here and then hope to try and, I think there was an enemy tank destroyer in sort of the right hand side, which I want to try and get behind if I can, just to take him out and kind of pincer the enemy team, the 5 enemy team remaining. And then we can try and pick up some more damage. We had a good start, but this game's coming to an end. We need to pick up as much as we can. We get a nice shot into the mill, but there's a T-42 there, which we don't want to get. We can't stay where we were because we're just going to, too much in the open. But we are now behind these tanks, and they're fighting multiple angles. And this is where you can use the sort of gun depression and 10 degrees gun depression of this tank, and you can utilise ridges like this really well. Was looking to see if we can, find that enemy tank destroyer, but I think he's now been taken out. But now we can lean over and get shots here into this T-42, just using the good gun depression you have, just to only give the enemy tanks a slim shot at you. This IS-3, we've got really lovely shots at this tank. We're just pulling back so we can't get shot by anyone else, just while we just free farm this IS-3, where we should be able to pick up the kill here. And we do, picking up our first kill on 3,000 damage with 400 assistance, mainly track assistance, I believe. Enemy heavy tank gets caught in the open here. We're going to track him in place so he can't move, so we can just free farm. And that's pretty much going to bring us an end to this game. So far we haven't even lost any hit points at all, which is good. Got 2 kills now, 4,000 damage. It's just the enemy Stern Tiger alive. Can we come round and get any more damage in? I'm hoping he's just out enough for us to get a shot. He is. We're going to try and get a shot into the track wheel to track him in place here and pick up some track assistance. There's lots of tanks shooting at him. We do track him in place. If I can keep him permo track, then I can literally just farm all his health on assistance here, which is exactly what happens, and that gives us about 1,000 track assistance. So well worth it for that tracking shot. And that is the end for the video. Only a quick video for you today. Just wanted to get rid of some of the old replays. But we do get on to have 2 kills, 4,400 damage, 1,000 assistance, and get the ace tanker and high caliber. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, happy tanking.
Enemy in sight. Hadouken!